Yeah, so we were down 5-2. The Havoc got out early. It was realistically game one for us. We kind of had a couple innings played a couple weeks ago, but it ended up getting rained out with a bunch of games in the middle. So it was game one for us. It was game one for our starter Justin. He won about four innings, and it was kind of a opening season start. It's tough to get the rust off and get up to speed, and he was kind of in the zone. But the Havoc are a pretty good hitting team, and they kind of capitalized early. And that's just kind of their MO. They're one of the best teams in the league, and they're always going to kind of battle. They don't always spray the ball all around the field and go gap to gap, but they do put the bat on the ball, and they kind of find green, which can be very annoying when you're on the other side. And that's kind of how it started. And they jumped out early, 5-2, and then from there, we kind of just battled. We were depleted, even though it's really game one for us, and you think we'd have a full bench. We were short staffed. I actually had to go from behind the plate to the mound in a decision that Justin was kind of hitting the end of his rope. It's game one, and you don't want to blow a guy's arm out too early in the season. So I just thought I'd kind of go up and eat some innings, and I held us in the game. And we're a team that can hit, and kind of, I would say we're never really out of the game. We think we're one of the best teams in the league, and no matter who's on the mound, we're going to come after you, and we're going to try to score runs, and we don't go out there to lose. So that's kind of our mentality, and that's what happened. We a couple times, I believe it was the seventh and eighth, we were both down actually to our last out both times, and put up a couple runs to tie the game, and then we actually had a couple opportunities to walk it off and take the W, which we weren't able to capitalize on, which is unfortunate. But credit to a Havoc team that's pretty annoying at the plate, like I said, when you're on the other side, and they come to battle and they don't give up just like we don't, and they were lucky enough to kind of hold on for the long run, and we couldn't catch them. But it was a solid game either way. I would say Tommy Linane stood out. I believe he had three hits. I know for definitely two, maybe three, with a couple RBIs, and he's kind of a guy that always connects at the plate and gets the job done. And then Mike Cahill had a big knock. Good to see his bat coming around. When his bat's going, we're definitely jumping on his back. So those were two guys that definitely had good games and led the team. As far as the rest of the offensive attack, it wasn't really a traditional Mockeray showing. But like I said, we were a little short staffed. It's game one. It takes a little bit to get the rust off, and it's tough when game one is against one of the best teams in the league and arguably one of the best pitchers in the league. It's generally going to be a tough day. So that's kind of what we ran into. I was pretty impressed and very happy with the way we battled. Like I said, there were a couple times we were down to our last out, down by a couple runs, and we managed to battle back. So we weren't able to pull out the win. But as far as a game plan, I don't think we're going to change much. You know what I mean? Where you play a good team like that, you might lose. The Marlins are another top team in the league, and you just kind of got to go at them and battle. And I think we're up there with those teams. So if we play our game, we've got a pretty good shot at winning. I'm not overly concerned with messing with the game, changing with the game plan. And like I said, it's like I said, one game's not going to kill our season. We know we're going to be a playoff team. So just taking the positives from the game, like I said, getting the rust off early. So when the heat of the schedule comes around, we can kind of hit the ground running and take off. That's the main focus nowadays.